This is sentence completion part 2. Mami niyang hanayin ang deureng tawa amaro to part 8 the attention hianin zirte nuam vedewa. This time you will again be working on 10 exercises on sentence completion. Let's go with the first one. In order to enhance the profit, what does the company employees do? Yes. Here we have 4 choices given, A, B, C, D. Yes, if you have finished reading them all, you'll say number 1 is about urging the management to implement new welfare scheme in order to attain profit. Number A is discarded. Number B, to offer to render additional services in lieu of nothing. It could be the answer. Let's move on. Number C is voluntarily offered to work overtime with lucrative compensation. No, that is not the way to approach the goal. And number D is urge the management to grant paid leave. So if you look at all the choices, you'll settle down, I hope, with number B. Yes. If your answer is B, then you're right. Unpredictable. Soilok may tailok chin hiani na china chuwang chuan. Never depends upon others for getting his work done. He's seldom trusted by others. Always finds it difficult to keep his word. Seldom trusts others as far as work is concerned. His behavior is so unpredictable that so what happened? Look at other people. If he cannot be predicted, if he behaves in however way he likes, what is the influence that he has on people? He is seldom trusted by others. Number B is again the answer. Although ani wangin initial investigations pointed towards him kami opposite kain thanghal de idonani khoi nge opposite niang atira anin investigate na chuanin ama khathiam lo changa an ngai dewa amaro chu ti nani chu although ni vain kami opposite khathang ro. A, B, C kha chuanin atopa chuanin thiam lo achang ti zongin an ron soi veka. Number D khanin atopa chuan thiam achang ti aron soi ta thungani. So if you look at the sentence, although initial investigations pointed towards him, atira chuanin thiam lo changin langma se atopa ero chuan achan chu although ani wangin ni although ani wang khani na opposite in kan changa nga number D chi a hi ding om chun chu ne ta chu wang chuan number D hi kan tik ani. If the weather outside was extremely pleasant, what would you decide? Will you decide to watch TV? TV is usually, indoor program and indoor leisure time. B, that is again the opposite. Number C, enjoy a morning ride in the open. That could be the answer. Let's go to D. Employ this rare opportunity for writing letters. Yes, you usually write letters indoor too. So if the weather was extremely pleasant, and so what did you decide? You decided to enjoy a morning ride in the open. Number C is a complete answer. His son, with great effort, succeeded in convincing him not to donate his entire wealth to an orphanage. His entire wealth at ho sakna zong ka nu chon orphanage khan pelo turinati achan chu I apa kha ama fashati ang boka omlo na turin and lead the life of a wealthy merchant. Hey hitiang wang hi chuanin I don't think his son would try to convince him to be a wealthy merchant. So number A is discarded. B, but to a home for the forsaken children. It's more or less the same sentence that's given, so it has no meaning. Number C, as the orphanage has been set up by him. Maybe he could give half. And number D, and make an orphan of himself. At its one, he dictate berang. His son succeeded in convincing him not to donate his entire wealth to an orphanage and make an orphan of himself. At ne zong apek te chuan kut do ni vele don thoa chuwa chuan apa khanin apa kha afapain ne zong pelo turin a convince theita a chuwang chuan answer to number D. Hey smart kita atanga lak chho na ni a. Heta hi chuanin 1 2 3 ringot a thang lo khanin multiple choice to anwaya A B C ronda. Number A hianin only 1, number B only 3, number C only 1 and 2. Kha zo ka kan ti tur ne hi tlema concentrate le de ka ngaya a ma kan ti ai khanin a complicate sheta confuse all chuma jon man ho mi a lo film khur taksia attempt hi ni. Although annual inflation rate has hovered on the lower side of 6% ati a Hey he inflation arise dan chung changani a. Number 2 the central bank in what it considers those ratings to be consistent. Number 3, it does not match the original statement. So what will be the answer? Only number A or B or C. Number C ka pahni omta. It starts with although bokina in chan lewangin. The next statement should be contradictory. So number 1 and 2 is contradictory. Number 1 and 2 are contradictory. So number C is the answer. 1 and 2. Pahni ani wangin. Heta hitwanin dash yet there is no specific framework to deal with the problem. Yet aron tintani chuti chungchuan ti na nganita a engber hinge kan ti ang hantiar chuak teule. India is home to the largest number of refugees in South Asia. This is the truth. In general, there is a dearth of organization in the non-profit sector, especially when it comes to provision of social services. This also be true. Education system is to blame for imparting theoretical knowledge with no emphasis on application theory. Kang hoka a join to yet there is no specific framework to deal with the problem. Framework ka unless yam nilo veka to me wang chuanin number A or B or C kan ti chuanin your answer will be number C, all of the above, because all the above sentences are true and yet there is no specific framework to deal with each of the problem. A few years ago, Chinese innovation meant copycats and counterfeits. Still in copy li alem siam kha China hawina and Chinese hawina and warchin khalu nitani. Then what happens? 1 2 3 chia role. While aron titani mo, if you look at the question, Chinese innovation meant copycats and counterfeits, while atita chuwang chuan engber hian nge ron chhun zomang. Number A hi en sinilamo number 1 katina. China no longer indulges only in counterfeits, much more investment in technology anita. Number 2 chuanin number 1 le 2 ka kan join thei dona. Number 3 number 1 le 3 hi a in join theya. Number 2 hi I omzia omlo thung tani. So 1 le 3 ka a join thei tur while ati wangin tani mo, while this allows agile newcomers ti kha atul mi alawa. number 1 le 3 ki answer ani wangin multiple choice a chuanin only 1 and 3 ti tu kha B kha answer ni kan zo tep. No matter how much we dash, there prevails how much we mitigate, there prevails some information asymmetry which makes some amount of climate change unavoidable. Mitigate to inge omzia shiat potanga ishiat lo chuanin answer kha dictate don lo ni. Mitigate means thil om sa mo thil om to sa hey antina thil chalo lampang nat nete emo thil serious, to make it less serious or to make it less painful. If it is painful, make it less painful. If it is severe, make it less severe. That is the meaning of mitigate. So no matter how much we mitigate, there prevails some information asymmetry which makes some amount of climate change unavoidable. Climate change lampangaron soya asymmetry too in book talk na le in anna omlo mo antonym to symmetry ania. This one in asymmetry chuang lo ti na ni chu number 1 kan soi fiana lo ni ta se number 2 at one. No matter how much we understand him, we will fully grasp the myriad ways in which he has made the sport better at the this one eta hianin no matter the amana wangkhani, no matter how much we understand him adi klap theitani khalaya khan mo no matter aman wangin. Both statements 1 and 2 they are in agreement with each other. So if you look at number 3, how much we care for her, it will not be in vain. Khala hani not ka omlo ta se no matter how much we care for her, it will be in vain. Di ta se chuanin grammatically poina dictona a context kha dictolo shim chuwan chuan 1 and 2 ki I diclo thum le ta se khoinge a multiple choice a chuanin A B C only 1 only 2 only 3 ti khani tani chu ta tang chuan enge kan chan dak ber tur chu ni ta ang heta hi chuanin a contextually chuan number 1 a khianin a dik ber zoka no matter how much we mitigate ti khi answer tur chu ni ta number 1 khi answer ani chuanin answer kan tik tur chu A ti na ni chu tu na top na. Dash the monsoon never recovered from the stuttered start. Stuttered start omzia chu mumal lo taka furwa tui ronin chan kha which saw progress stall for over 10 days of the western coast. Thang lampanga khanin monsoon kha chiang lo takina in chana chumi wang chuan ni som lai chu ma son na om thei lo ta ti nang chuan ni chaing ting nge khami ma chia khan sentence om tur kha. Although rainfall over the entire country falls under the normal category, the monsoon never recovered. Just as the distribution of rain has been in sync with IMD scientists' forecast, there is an increasing trend in monsoon rainfall and decrease in post-monsoon rainfall accidentally due to the fact that the monsoon never recovered. It's one in hemi a sentence in joint dan shima chuanin diglo om thei lawa maro chu kan zir tiang donani. Number 1 he a context zong le a grammatical zong in a dikhapa. Number 2 he ero hi chu Number 2 he can let hinang just as the distribution of rain has been in sync with IMD scientists' forecast. Hey he a chul lem lawa omzia alo ni chuwang chuanin kan discard lenga. Number A hian only 2 atia, number A khi dik lavanga, B khian only 1 atia kan la da thari anga, C khian only 1 and 3 ati 1 khi dika 2 diklo kan ti chuan 3 ron tel khana dik thei ngem kan en lenga. There is an increasing trend in monsoon rainfall, decrease in post-monsoon rainfall accidentally due to the fact that the monsoon never recovered. Hey omzia taloni. Chumi wang chuanin, although rainfall over the entire country falls under the normal category, the monsoon never recovered hantita ila adik thei donani. Chumi wang chuanin number A kha answer ani lo en chiang ro. tiang khan ron boom thin chenga number A kha only 2 tia number B kha only 1 ati thungta only 1 ati thungta kha is answer to chu ni ta ni number 20 answer to B to 1 na ni de thungta ni katiang han ang dot kherlo po in an ron da chin ta heng hi sentence completion ron chuak chin a bikin bank exam ron chuak nge chin tel chin ani a thei pa topin in lo zir zel don ya